Welcome to another episode of Guess Your Productivity Bottleneck. Today's guest is Beth Menduni, who is the owner of Mkg Department, where they create videos that convert. Thank you, Beth. Thank you for playing along today.
I'm so excited to do this. Let's get ready to figure out my bottleneck. What is it? Productivity bottleneck.
Yes, productivity bottleneck. We are going to guess it.
Yes, I feel like Vanna or like a
right
game show host.
Exactly. Right? Like this came off of the idea of when you're at the fair or you're at like Cedar Point and they or Kings Island and they guess your weight or your age. So like this is way better. Like productivity bottleneck way better than weight or age.
Because I'm not going to get a stuffed animal. I'm going to get some answers and some clarity.
Exactly.
That's important to me.
That is right. You get the awareness of the actual challenge. All right. So question number one.
Okay.
What do you think is your biggest challenge from getting everything done that you want to get done each day?
I am distracted. I love coming up with solutions and getting creative ideas, right? Like it's never ending chatterbox in my brain of how something could be solved. And I think I get so excited and I love that process so much that the execution halts a little bit. So where I get stuck is I love the creation and the visionary aspect. It's the execution. And so I've been working with my team to get it out of here and on paper, like that has been our focus.
Okay. So when you first started, you said, if I heard you correctly, you said distraction, lots of ideas. And then you just moved it into not so much distraction and ideas, but moving the ideas into execution.
Correct. That's where it is. Moving from phase 1 to 2, going from my ideation to execution.
Okay. Has it always been that way?
Oh yeah, I'm a creative. I'm an artist at heart. So right brain? Yes, it's always been this way.
Okay. And what have you done to try to counteract this challenge?
I have a lot of places to be creative. And case in point, my desk, I can write on it. It's dry erase, right? I got a giant wall I can color on and stuff like that. So I love that ideation phase, but now we actually have to translate it into something that's digital and actionable items. So that process, my account executive has been working with me to get it out of here, to get it on paper, and to get it executed. So she'll run it through the rest of the team, but it just has to come out of here first. Did I answer your question? What have I tried to do?
Yes.
Okay. So it's really trying to understand the process because we have an amazing process. We do the ideation phase and then we run the process for producing the videos and the stories. So it's really just getting it from here and transcribing everything from Beth's brain onto a digital platform so that the entire team can take the direction and run.
Okay. And follow-up question to that. What has been your process to get it from Beth's brain into that digital platform so far?
So far, we use, we have our meetings, right? We take notes, we transcribe our meetings. So we actually record and transcribe and take notes at the same time. So it's not just us doing key points. It's if you get stuck, you go back and you listen to what we've talked about. And truthfully, I sat down, I think in 2018, 2019, and walked through every single step in my video production process and cataloged it. So now we have an operations manual to be able to hand over and know for my account manager for any of our teams to know who's responsible for what and what they need to do next.
Okay, so I'm going to have to grab a bonus question here.
Okay.
Because we're now on question. Some of those I could couch as follow-up questions, but like this is going to be a total bonus question. What part of that process isn't working?
Where we always get stuck is the transcription from Beth's brain to the next step. It's because when we are producing somebody else's story or producing somebody else's video, there's this ideation phase that needs to occur. And you've got to sit and marinate on some of these concepts and ideas before you select the right path to take. And I think that's kind of, what was restate the bonus question again?
The bonus question was, what part of the process that you have isn't working?
I think that we're still in that phase of trying to identify how to do the translation from my brain to paper.
Okay. So then if we take what we just did and we look at the beginning, your bottleneck was too many distractions. Then you restated that to say it's getting it's getting from ideation phase to actual implementation.
Yeah.
And now we've whittled it down to where there's one tiny piece of the bottleneck, because you've created the structure and you have all the processes in place. There's one tiny piece, and it's translating just I think it's the big idea. It's translating the big idea out to where people can then move it into the process. Is that accurate? Is it the translating of the big idea? Or is it the translating of what is it that's not being what is it that you're struggling to get translated? Let me rephrase.
Well, I mean, I think our team has my team has really worked to ask me the right questions to get it out of here and into the next thing. So we have a couple of things we borrow from Brene Brown when she says paint done. Right. So my team knows to say, Beth, what does done look like for you? What things do we need to take? Let's talk about action items. What are the next step each of us have to do? So we actually break it down. And I have a list of things I have to accomplish to give it to the next person. Because I always say it sucks to be the caboose when you're on a train. It sucks to be the last person. And typically that's the editor in the process for what we do. So we never want to put our editor in pain so that they can't be as creative as they should be or can be. Yeah. So, I mean, I think we've identified it. We're working through it.
Yeah. So I am still trying to figure out what part's not working.
I don't know.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm wondering if we haven't missed completely the bottleneck, because you have a process, you are working through it. They are getting the pieces from your brain into there.
And I think it's consistency.
Okay.
I think if we, because we do have this process and we've worked through it and we're making a lot of progress, I think it's consistency. And we just had a new team member come on board. So we just onboarded her. So we're like, we had this amazing machine like working, and then one of our lovely staff people, she had to leave. She was offered another position and she had to take it. Like, I love her. I wish her the best. I'm bummed because I trained her too damn well is what happened. And she got an amazing offer. She had to take it. But now we're restarting that process with a new person and onboarding them there. So I think we just had a little bit of a hiccup, if you will, in our cadence. So that consistency has to be retrained. And it's a new person. So they're bringing all these different perspectives to the organization and to our team, and honestly making it better. So now we're rethinking how to do it. But it is that consistency of always having the path and following the process. Sometimes
I was just going to say, it's following the process that works, even if it's being tweaked along the way. It's following the process. So I think, Beth, tell me if I'm right, I think we've got there. It went from distracted to implementation to ideation to getting the things out of your brain into theirs to actually following the process you have that works.
Right.
Yes. Awesome. Okay. Super excited about that. Now, for those of you watching, here's what just happened. We're going to take a peek behind the curtain. One, Beth was awesome, and she allowed me to ask way more than 3 questions to get there. But when we look at my process, it's AWE, awareness, work, and evaluation. And we just spent our time today in the awareness phase. You cannot fix what you can't identify. And if we would have stopped and tried to fix, I'm easily distracted, we would be missing the whole part of the fact that they have a really great process that works as long as they consistently follow it. So that's the awareness phase. The W phase is that work phase where you start to figure out, how do you get in and fix and tweak and create structure and do whatever needs to be done so that they will consistently follow that process. And then E, the last part is evaluation. And it is to make sure that once you fix that problem, you didn't create an unintended challenge along the way, which can happen, or that you didn't misidentify the bottleneck along the way. So that's the process we just went through with Beth. And notice how we spent so much more time in the awareness spot than anywhere else, because if you fix the wrong problem, you might as well not be fixing a problem at all. So if you think that you have a productivity bottleneck, I encourage you to go to impactivestrategies.com/fix to check out our Fix Your Productivity Bottleneck in 28 Days program. And if you want to create videos that convert, I know a gal, her name is Beth, and she is at the marketing department, and you want to reach out and make sure that you contact her. Her contact info will be in the comments below. Thank you so much, Beth. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, this was fun. Thank you.